Hello and welcome back to another year, another installment of Let Me Talk to My Customer. I am your host, Chad Counts, along with our co-host here, Richard Tyler. How are you all doing today, Rich?
Howdy, we're all right. How about you, Chad?
Hey, I am good. I am bunkered here in California. Not part of all this craziness going around the world. So
It's
safe,
been a weird
safe
week,
and
Chad.
I neither have COVID. I'm not vaccinated, and I am not destroying federal property
All
in
right,
any way, shape, or form. So I feel like
all right.
I am doing good within that which I control. So that is all I can do, Rich.
Hey,
How
that's
about you?
that's what we preach on this podcast.
Yeah. And I just want to say I love everybody. I love freedom. I love our country, and the people in my life. I'm happy to have my friends and my family and my colleagues.
For sure.
Uh, and what else? What else can I control, right? So we're back here. We're going to get back on track. I do want to say thank you and kudos to our new Lord, Elon Musk, who has overtaken Bezos. Sorry, Jeff. If you take the throne again, I apologize for giving allegiance to Mr. Musk here. But if you have Bitcoin, if you have Tesla stock, if you have Amazon stock, hey man, it's good times, right? So things are changing fast and furious, but we are back at it. Sales is back at it. This is a short January compared to our normal months in the auto parts industry. It's only a 20-day month, just the way it's falling. So actually, I think January and February are going to be the exact same number of days, aside from any federal holidays, if you guys are taking any of those days off or things like that. So compared to past years, I think we're a little bit short on the workday averages. So those of you setting goals, setting sights for January 2021, make sure you are doing your projections off of your average work days and setting your averages accordingly to that. That being said, I think we're right back at it. I don't think economically we're seeing really a big shift or anything different. It seems like request and demand is still strong. I think aside from California, people are back on the road doing whatever their normal routine has been over the last 3 to 6 months. So I don't think that's changed dramatically compared to, even though we're having a very big surge, probably our largest surge in certain parts of the country that we've had. I don't think we've seen that giant behavioral shift like we did at the beginning of this whole thing, where people mileage and people being out just dropped in half, right? So we've been through this before. I think we know how to set our expectations and where we're going forward. So at least from a sales perspective in the salvage industry, we know what to expect. I think it's pretty easy to set our sights and set our goals and going forward. And that is to expect really good things. I mean, there's going to be good requests, good opportunities here going forward to continue to see 10, 20% growth and keep moving forward, especially if you've been able to harvest inventory, buy and price and keep that coming in. We see no slowing, even with people, typically pricing is always coming down. This is the first history for me where we're really starting to see prices hold or go up, and any new inventory is just flying off the shelf. So those of you who are managing or overseeing inventory, keep that in mind, right? We should be pricing at the level that we're able to bring in, and we should be expecting our sales teams to be able to hold that value and build value going forward. So that's a little bit different. We have a new sales training that we were going to do this past week. We've held off. I believe we're going to start this next week on Thursday. So if you have a new person you're hiring or have hired within the last few months and you want to get them on that program, it's $100 a week for that. It's a 4-week series. We've had excellent results with that. So we'll see. We'll see if we get confirmation from the few people that are looking to join that. It'll either be this week or the next week, but that'll be kicking off soon. So follow our social media channels on Facebook, Counts Business Consulting, Chad Counts on LinkedIn, or you can go straight to our website, countsbusinessconsulting.com, to find further updates and information on that. We'll be keeping you guys abreast of when that training will kick off. All right, so picking up where we left off before New Year's and before Christmas, we've got sales traps part 3. We've got 2 different sales traps that we're going to take on today, and this should round out our series of sales traps. And then we're going to be moving on to some other content. So grateful to have you guys back with us, and we'll get back to it. So Rich, I'm going to have you lead off for us on this. So our sales trap that Rich is going to lead us into is over-familiarity with customers, and how that can stop our progress or stop us implementing or advancing sales when really there's pretty decent opportunities there. So Rich, why don't you go ahead and highlight some of those examples of when that happens and how that impacts our sales efforts.
Yeah. So when you and I were talking about this the first time, I was thinking about this idea of sales traps that salespeople fall into, and I have the pleasure of working with a lot of who I would consider to be elite salespeople. I mean, these are salespeople who are regularly doing anywhere between $150,000 and $250,000 in sales a month, and one of the things that I was noticing with this kind of group of people is that they rely a lot on their book of customers. They rely a lot on people who call them multiple times, even in the same business day, and as many times as 10 or 12 times in any given week. So as we were starting to listen to these interactions in particular, I noticed that a good and seasoned salesperson might totally forego any other process that they had and make the call extremely truncated. So it might just be a price, and then that's it. Nothing other than that. And when I asked the salesperson that I'm thinking of in particular, why why this type of interaction didn't have the same kind of meat on the bone, the same kind of interaction he has with others, it was because, oh, this is somebody who I know and I've worked with for, like the last 10 years. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. As I started talking more with this particular salesperson, it was that, they'll buy from me if they want it. If they don't want it, they won't buy from me. And I thought, oh, but wait, isn't that, kind of like anybody, just because the fact that they've been buying from us for a long time, I don't think necessarily means that we shouldn't execute on a lot of the same process that we do with all of our customers, even if it is in a more summarized way.
Yeah, I think there are aspects of the sales process that can change with a familiar customer, and that's fine, right? I should have some sense of potentially their warranty preferences.
Sure.
Ideally, I want to keep that preference to my advantage as much as I can, right? So I want to keep that preference in there as long as it's towards extended coverage. If it's not towards extended coverage, even with a familiar customer, I still want to be steering them and asking them about the extended warranty. It's like, are you ready to try that extended warranty yet? Right? I still want to be moving it in that direction, because if that's a good value to them and I've experienced the good service that allows me to present, I want to continue working that into our opportunities, right?
I think that's one of the ones that we come across all the time. I'll ask a salesperson, how come you didn't offer an extended warranty on this one? Oh, they never want it with the extended warranty. Never. Well, we should still let them know that, it's there,
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe one day.
So there's that potential double-edged sword there of a repeat customer where it can be stuck in a way that's not necessarily, well, not all positive, stuck in some good ways and stuck in some not good ways. So, I mean, if they're sitting there on the standard warranty, I think it's just a matter of time before they're going to experience something where they wish they had the extended warranty, right? And I always want to keep advocating, hey, I want to be able to take care of you. Something goes wrong, et cetera, et cetera. In that way, we stand up there and follow through with the service that they're looking for. The other side, I think, of where this can be potentially negative is not using that familiarity to our advantage. If I'm really familiar with something, I have a good relationship with somebody as a consumer, this is how I would want my salesperson to interact, right? I want to tell you all the things I'm looking for, all my priorities, and you give me the best solution, right? So, this particular situation, doesn't seem like there's any concern on my end. Just want to get back on the road. We just want to get this thing repaired. I want to be direct. I want to be frank. I want to be able to put all my cards on the table and have this done. And unfortunately, that's one of the main things I think that's missing in a lot of these familiar calls. It has the same cadence. They ask for a part, we give it to them, and that's it. Okay, if you're familiar with them, have a more direct conversation about where they're at in their sales process. Okay, do you have the job sold with this guy already? Is the vehicle there? When do you guys need to have it? That still doesn't mean you can't ask some of those pressing questions that will let you be more direct in response as a salesperson, right? Okay, what do you know about this customer? Is this your typical run-of-the-mill customer? Are they looking for same mileage or less than what they have on their vehicle? Is this a budget customer, right? Is this insurance pay? Is this customer pay? Those factors still matter. And the fact that you have a good relationship and an ongoing relationship with this customer may mean you have access to more information if you'll simply ask, right? So let the familiar increase your chances, increase your opportunities for the sale, and do better. I'm not saying you need to run this person through the ringer and be hyper aggressive or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you should want to still understand that customer as best as you can and not just take it for granted that you have a really good relationship with them.
For sure. And on the other side of the coin, with customers who maybe we talk to a lot but don't really do business with us, that is could be an trap for overfamiliarity with the customer as well. In the same regard, that you already have in your mind that this person talks to you all the time, they never buy your product, so you're just going to try and shuffle them off the phone.
Right. Yeah. You allow it to stay in a place that it's not beneficial to you. And it's a waste of their time too. Right. So I always, we come back on that and we push on a lot of those of why do I want these empty calories? Why do I want these empty calls to just sit here? I don't have any interest in doing that going forward. I got nothing to lose. Why not press? Okay, man, you call me every week. I can't remember the last time you ordered. And who do you typically end up ordering from? Oh, okay. And is there any particular reason you choose them over us? Is it delivery?
What did I do differently in order to earn your business this time?
Exactly. What do you have to lose? Especially, you can look back at the quote value on any of these systems and see pretty easily. And this is why, again, if you're a professional salesperson, you're not quoting. This is another wasted opportunity, right? You should be able to go back and look at these and say, shoot, I quote 30,000 a month to this guy. My normal conversion rate is, 20, 30% or whatever it is on there. I'm missing out on X by not having this conversation with this customer. So what does that worth? What is that worth to me? What is it worth to them to have that conversation ongoing, right? So it can be really easy to just be stuck in a rut as a salesperson, let things continue to play out. And if you do that, you're letting the customer write your check. In some cases, for some of you, that's great. Your customer writes you a really good check. In other cases, man, if you're unsatisfied with your numbers, unsatisfied with where you're at, you have a lot of opportunity in front of you that you should be able to take advantage of.
For sure.
And especially when we sat here on the outset, first week of 2021, you look at yourself as salespeople, you want to do 3 million in sales this year. You want to do 4 million in sales. Where's that going to come from? It's going to come from repeat accounts. It's going to come from these opportunities. Take stock of these, both the familiar, it's not enough to sell at the same rate, even to your best customers. If you are selling at the same rate you were last year to the year before, and you're flat with that customer, that's not good. That is not a positive, right? Is that customer's business growing? Right? If your customer's business is growing, you need to be increasing your business with them at a commensurate rate or better, right? So those are all things you need to be conscious of, and you need to be working towards to make sure that you're achieving everything you can, right? Because if you're allowing somebody else to come in and sell more to your customer, right, they're growing, and your piece of pie to them is staying the same or shrinking. That means you're letting somebody else encroach in on your customer, right? Somebody else is taking advantage of an opportunity that you should. Okay. The other sales trap we're going to address today, and this one is simpler, doesn't take as much time, is speculative customers. It's when we run through fully situations and then we come to the end of the call and come to find out, oh, well, I was just looking at this vehicle at auction, seeing how much it would be to repair it. I was thinking about buying this one. We don't get the necessary information up front about what is happening with this order. And we spend the same amount of effort, same amount of time for something that's really a dead sales opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So part of having consistent and effective qualification, it's not always going to be helpful to you on every call, but over time, this is going to build up and put you in a better position to use your time more effectively. So those simple questions of, okay, who am I speaking with? And is it your vehicle? Is it a customer vehicle? Oh, no, actually, it's not my vehicle at all. I'm looking to buy it. Oh, okay. So you're just price check. Okay, well, let's go in this. We can go a lot faster, right? So if you're speculating on this vehicle, where you're looking to, is this going to be your daily driver? What are you looking for? You want with the warranty? You want to, okay, boom, 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 boom. We move along our business. We quote and we move it along. The other way you can kind of cross-check this, maybe it's a little backwards, but if you know it's a mechanical request and they're coming in, asking them for the VIN. If you ask them for the VIN, you've got a good opportunity here to ferret out any of these opportunities that either aren't immediate or aren't as serious, right? Oh, I don't have it, not near the vehicle. I have to get that for you later. Boom, can cut that off right there and say, okay, great. I would love to give you a price and let you know what this is going to run you. Just give me a call back as soon as you get that additional information. We'll do that.
That's one of my favorite filters to separate the wheat from the chaff is, okay, oh, you don't have the VIN number? And I have to tell salespeople every day that really, if it's not your yard's policy, you should make it your personal policy.
Yeah.
To help train your customers. They've got to have that before you look up a powertrain part.
Yeah. Do you like it when your customer orders the wrong part? Do you like it when they make mistakes and do all this? Because they do a fair bit too, right? We make mistakes, they make mistakes. And VIN is one of those things where it really catches each of us, puts each of us in an even playing field. So how many salespeople like dealing with big ticket credits? Nobody, right? So let's head those off at the pass. Let's not make that our problem to deal with. So, so those are two sales traps. One from maybe we're missing potential opportunity, and another is maybe we're wasting opportunity and letting that going forward. And all of that matters, right? You do 100, 120, 150 calls a day. The better you can be at either cutting bad opportunities short or taking better advantage of good opportunities. Even with familiar customers, I find that we miss extra sales. We miss upselling. Is there anything else you're working on? What happened to the vehicle? Were there any other damage somewhere else? A lot of times when we get familiar, we miss some of those extras. And you can see that in different areas of when things get a little bit slower. I want to sell more to my best customers, and I want to have really good customers that I can lean into and be enriched by. So those are two things to keep in mind. Hopefully you're early enough in the year that you're still reflecting on your goals and setting your goals and thinking about that. you should be able to identify customers that fit into each of these categories, customers that you're doing business with often enough that they sell, and am I missing anything? Am I being too comfortable? Am I not taking advantage of certain things here? How can I grow this account? To those that, man, I talk to them often and this is empty. I get nothing out of this. How can I have that conversation? These are plenty of things that will enhance you and help you grow, especially if you're a wholesale customer. If you're a new salesperson, you're probably in the process of identifying where these potential pitfalls could be, right? So it's cluing you into what could come from future success.
Mhm.
Either way, this is helpful. We want to be more efficient every day. We want to be more effective every day, because if we can make progress on a daily basis, if we can make progress on a weekly basis, that has a tremendous impact on our year overall. Okay, so that's why we've gone through these sales traps, because I think cumulatively over time, they will have a big benefit to you as a professional and where you're headed going forward. So again, we want to thank Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos for allowing us to exist and not running us off the face of the earth yet, and allowing us, to thrive and be here in this world. We wish you all nothing but the best. We thank you to our customers and our opportunity. We look forward to having a wonderful 2021. We hope you guys were able to have a great 2020. Focus on what you can control. Focus on being your best, making other people's lives better, serving others the way you want to be treated. That's what we can do to make a good mark and continue to try and make our environment and our world a better place. If we can be of assistance to you all in any way to help your sales thrive and grow and achieve the numbers that they should be, this is a great opportunity to grow your business. We would love to be a part of that. Thanks for listening with us. Reach out to us, countsbusinessconsulting.com, Counts Business Consulting on Facebook, Chad Counts on LinkedIn. However you want to get a hold of us, we'd love to hear from you. And again, thank you for joining us. Wish you